Hey guys, what's going on? So in today's video, I'm going to be conditioning these Truman boots here. These are my Truman boots in navy horse rump. The horse rump was sourced from the Maryam tannery in Italy. And this is basically a follow-up video to the conditioning video that I did just recently on Ruggine horse rump, to which I was very pleased with the results. If you'd like to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below. I was so pleased with the results from the Ruggine horse rump that I decided to go ahead and condition these navy ones as well. Now I have conditioned these with Bic 4 because Bic 4 doesn't darken finished leather, and it's true, these did not darken at all. However, they didn't really restore them very well. As you can see, the leather has sort of returned to its nubuck / matte appearance, and I really want to restore the original glaze. When these are brand new, they have just such a brilliant glaze about them, and because of Maryam Tannery's all natural dyeing methods, the pigment and the glaze seems to wear off fairly quickly. So yeah, I already got some outside shots of what this looks like, so let's get this party started. I am excited to see how this is going to wind up. And so while I do this, I'm actually going to read a little bit about Saphir Renovator Cream. So it says Renovator is the must-have product for any leather goods aficionado. Containing beeswax, lanolin, and mink oil, it gently cleans while adding nourishment and protection to the leather. Renovator Cream is highly regarded by leather care specialists as the best leather care product in the world. And yeah, I'll just piggyback off that. I think that there is a lot of truth to this. I think that, you know, I talked about the smell of this stuff in my last video. Yeah, it has such a vibrant, complex scent profile to it that I could tell that there's a lot of heritage behind it. A lot of know-how went into this, and it's very luxurious. Not just in smell, but in the end product, and I could tell that it's doing right by the leather. Technical information, so it says the Renovator Cleaner and Conditioner is a gentle, water-based formula that softens and nourishes leather. It can treat many types of leather. Renovator is suitable for use on fine, smooth leather. Yes, like this, including box, calfskin, goat, and specialty leather such as cordovan. It can be used on a wide array of leather goods such as leather bags, jackets, shoes, and book covers. Speaking of book covers, I just watched this whole video. I'll actually leave the link to that in the description below as well, about how, yeah, they used human skin leather to bind leather books. I thought that was kind of weird, but they've done it. It was like this whole thing. So yeah, it's not fictional either. Like, it really happened. And so I'll leave a link to that video as well. We should all be students of history after all. I think leather and history goes hand in hand, mostly because there's such a heritage to it. So I could kind of tell, I think that the Bic that I applied to this probably a little over a year ago, maybe more, is keeping the Saphir Renovator. I think that's what's going on anyways. I think the Bic has conditioned it to a point to where this leather isn't soaking up the Saphir like the Ruggine were. The Ruggine were like soaking it in. Whereas this navy, it seems, you know, it's still soaking in, but it's not as dramatic. Yeah, it just says brush the item to remove dirt and dust. We know that already. Apply Renovator Cleaner and Conditioner sparingly with a white cotton cloth. I disagree. I think you should use your fingers. Leave to dry for 3 minutes. Okay. Fair enough. And then polish the leather with a soft cotton or wool glove. Interesting. A cotton or wool glove. Yeah, typically we just use the horsehair brush, but one area that I'm always sure to get is the these edges here, both at the shaft and the, I guess you'd call this the throat, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I like to get those edges. Those edges seem to, if they're unfinished, then it's definitely good to throw some on there. Yeah, really, there's nothing to it. Yeah, that's looking good. If any dry patches form, I'll go over it again. It says advice: if your shoes are dirty or clogged with wax, silicone, or resin deposits, the leather must be cleaned before applying Renovator. We recommend Saphir Beauté de Cure Renovateur Leather Cleaner. This touches on something that when you come to a cobbler with like a pair of shoes that you've consistently like conditioned a ton and thrown a ton of wax on it and used all kinds of shines and polishes on it, typically that stuff is so caked in product that the cobbler has to essentially peel, get all that off to get back to the base layer of leather. And so watching Bedo's Leatherworks a lot recently has opened my eyes to this. Like, I think a lot of guys, they tend to overdo it on the product, thinking that they really need to do a lot to maintain their shoes, their leather boots and stuff. And so what ends up happening is over the years, they just cake on layer after layer of, kiwi, and, they throw on conditioners, and they just, every week they'll just do more and more and more. And at a certain point, it's just like you're not helping the leather. You're just piling stuff on top of it. And that's been my main hesitation over the years. I think when it comes to treating leather, it's like, I don't want to do a lot because I don't want it to get to that point. Yeah, and oftentimes to break through those layers of waxes and products that guys use on their shoes, typically a cobbler has to use like a harsh acetone to get down there. And it's harsh stuff. It has to get through, break up all the old product, but in addition to that, it's going to damage the leather a little bit. Now, that's not to say that it can't be brought back. One of those things that comes with the territory, I guess. I want to let the leather express itself appropriately to best accentuate its features. And in the case of this horse rump, this stuff needed condition. This stuff doesn't look good as it's dulled out. Not in my opinion, at least. I mean, I think it looks better with a little bit of a shine to it. By me abstaining from conditioning them, I don't think I was doing right by the leather. So this is one of my favorite tricks, is getting near the welt, an area where your finger can't get. You get in there with the Q-tip. As much as I like Bic 4, it didn't seem to really, at least from what I could perceive, it might have not been the best. I think that possibly this Saphir Renovator might be what I recommend overall. I talked about how I went back and forth in my head over using Venetian, but I think I like the Saphir Renovator more on this Maryam horse, but I think Venetian is best on Horween Chrome Excel, on chrome tanned leathers. So that would include Tasman's Harvest leather and Seidel's Double Shot. I think the Venetian is perfect on chrome tanned leathers and shell cordovan and probably other things. I'd say the Venetian is more wax than anything else, whereas this stuff definitely feels more like a standard lotion. It doesn't dry out my skin, so it's not drying out the leather either. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. How do you think I did? Do you like the results? I think these look pretty dang good. It's not as dramatic of a turnaround as the Rugine horse rump were, but overall, I think this is exactly how I wanted them to look. And so for that, I'm happy that I used the Saphir Renovator. So anyways, please leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know how I did. Let me know if you've got any other tips and tricks that you'd like to share with the boot lover community. And I'm on Instagram. You can follow me there. My username is AeroSurferLV. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see y'all in my next video.